What is antisocial behaviour?
Antisocial behaviour is any sort of incident, any sort of something that happens that causes harassment, alarm or distress to someone, or it could cause annoyance to someone.
Antisocial behaviour is such a wide and encompassing term. It includes very many different incidents and crime types.
We're seeing a lot more antisocial behaviour because of mental health, which is increasing quite a lot.
There's definitely a misconception that it is just young children or young people that are committing antisocial behaviour. The fact of it is it can be any age group.
So the legal definition of antisocial behaviour, according to the Antisocial Behaviour Crime and Policing Act 2014, is conduct that is caused or is likely to cause harassment, alarm or distress to any person. Conduct capable of causing nuisance or annoyance to a person in relation to that person's occupation of residential premises, or conduct capable of causing housing related nuisance or annoyance to any person.
So you can have environmental antisocial behaviour, and that might be graffiti on a wall, which might have a swear word or something not very nice. And if you imagine a mum and dad or someone, they're walking their child down the road and they ask what that word is on the wall, and it can get quite awkward, and that's what we call environmental.
It can be anything from nuisance, so Environmental Health investigates an awful lot of nuisance complaints. That can be noise from your next door playing loud music, keeping you up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Same with bonfires and filling your house with smoke. It can be issues with waste, so your next door neighbours collecting fridge freezers, sofas, mattresses and piling that all up in front of the property, bringing down the quality of the neighbourhood.
So the type of antisocial behaviour that have referred to us are usually, we have housing associations where tenants are complaining about the noise from above or below. It could be drugs, there's the smell of cannabis in the hallways.
You can have nuisance behaviour. So if you think of someone riding a skateboard down a pavement, it's not necessarily a crime and it's not aimed at anybody, but it will have an effect on someone's older or maybe has a disability or an injury.
What is not classed as antisocial behaviour?
The thing about antisocial behaviour is it has to happen more than once. So someone having a party one weekend, it might be irritating, it might be upsetting, but actually it's not classed as antisocial behaviour. You might report it for noise. If you think there's any danger to anybody, you might report that to the police, but that's not antisocial behaviour because it only happens once. It doesn't include things like day-to-day living noise. So let's say you lived in a flat and you could hear someone's washing machine. That's not antisocial behaviour. Somebody walking about above you. But if someone's playing loud music at 3 o'clock in the morning, that would be antisocial behaviour. There are laws. So before 11 o'clock, you can't really complain about it too much unless it's really, really loud. But after 11 o'clock, or if it happens every single day from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, that's antisocial. So it has to happen more than once, has to cause harassment, alarm and distress to someone not of the same household. So you can't be antisocial to the people that you live with. That's something else, that's domestic related. It's not young people hanging about, it's not older people hanging about. It's any behaviour that is antisocial. So just going about your daily life, even if it irritates or upsets somebody else, doesn't make it antisocial.
Fiona Pilkington and her 18-year-old daughter Francesca Hardwick, who was disabled, died in October 2007.
On a daily basis, they were suffering antisocial behaviour from people that lived near them. So much to them having windows broken, being called names, noises being made at them as they walked past. And she reported it to the police, she reported it to the local authority and the local housing department.
Fiona reported many incidents to different partner agencies and there was no system in place to share this information.
Each of those agencies were working with the Pilkingtons.
Despite reporting it to the police, who recorded at least 33 incidents between November 97 and October 2007.
The agencies did not work together to try and resolve the issue. And we do not want another Pilkington case. And to be fair, the review that came out of that case has put, one, the ASB case review in place. because that is needed if a person feels they're not getting any service. And we definitely work a lot closer with our partners now in trying to resolve issues. We have a multi-agency meeting that meets once a month. Each district does, so Rother has its own that meets once a month, and that has many partner agencies that sit around the table to look at high and medium risk cases, and where they can look at what sort of actions or interventions they can put in place to try and resolve that.
From an environmental health perspective, we tend to deal with issues of nuisance such as noise, smoke, etc. We also tend to deal with littering, accumulations of waste, vermin, which other departments don't do.
So mediation is a really flexible and confidential service where we bring 2 or more parties together to discuss their dispute.
The police or any agency can't effectively deal with antisocial behaviour on their own. You do need that collaboration and joined up approach to really have the greatest impact and effect.
In an emergency, you should always contact relevant emergency service, police, fire or ambulance on 999. If you are experiencing problems with your neighbour and either of you are privately renting or social housing tenants, the issue should be reported to your landlord first.
Someone makes a complaint, it's our responsibility to take it seriously and investigate all the things they're telling us are happening to them. Now, that might include putting up cameras. That might include security measures. That might include them having a noise app and recording the noise the neighbours made. But we have to do our job properly, because if we don't, someone's quality of life is not going to change. It's not going to get better.
Other support: Mediation Plus, Dispute Resolution Services in Sussex, ASB Help, a registered charity set up to provide advice and support to victims of antisocial behaviour. Council's Environmental Health, Community Safety and Housing. Victim Support: if you're experiencing antisocial behaviour, you don't have to cope on your own, and we can help you deal with it. Whilst Victim Support has no power to stop ASB, it can be important to its victims. For example, a victim of ASB may not be sleeping, the way they feel anxious and frightened to go out. They may feel unsafe in their own homes. Or community, and we may even change their routine or want to move. Our support can be important because we know how you're feeling, because antisocial behaviour